need that umbrella. And of course, if you're one of those that camped out in front of Best Buy with one of your tents, well, I hope they were waterproof because, again, you will need that waterproofing as we head into your Saturday. So we're just going to wait a few more minutes here, wait for a couple more people to log on, and we will get started. But I can tell you that if you are like me, you are going to be excited about the forecast given the much chillier temperatures that are on the way, and I think it moves in as soon as tomorrow. Okay, I think we've got a sufficient amount of people online, so let's get started. Here's a live look out over the hotel, well, I guess I should say the Texas Medical Center from the Hotel Zaza. It is a kind of a damp evening out there. You can see the roadways looking a little slick, a little shiny, indicating that they are wet, so just be mindful and behave yourself as you move your way around the city this evening. Again, keep sufficient distance between the car in front of you. We don't need any accidents here now that we are moving full steam ahead into the holidays. 69 degrees, the current temperature at Bush Intercontinental Airport. I think tomorrow we're about 10 degrees cooler than this as a cool front, and a relatively strong one at that. A Canadian one begins to push its way into southeast, and that is going to bring not only cooler temperatures as we head into your Saturday, it's going to bring cooler temperatures as we get into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way into the next weekend. So this is going to be a prolonged cool down here across the Houston area. And for all of you that are complaining, I know there are some of you out there, just remember what it was like when it was 96, 97, 98 degrees with those feels like numbers as high as 110. Oh yeah, we haven't forgot about that. So we that like the cooler temperatures are rejoicing as winter is going to make itself known here over the course of the next 7 days. All right, here's how it all plays out. This takes us into this evening. You'll notice the cooler air beginning to slide its way into southeast Texas, upper 60s. They will be short-lived, I think, as we head into the morning hours of Saturday and into the afternoon. Notice how quickly those temperatures drop down into the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees. Now, keep in mind, it's going to be raining all day tomorrow, so even though technically we may not stay in the 50s, we may see 61, 62. It's going to feel like it's in the 50s, so prepare for a cool afternoon. In fact, a chilly one for many of us, again, as we get ready to round out your Saturday. Now, as we head into Sunday, this is 7 o'clock, we are back in the mid to upper 40s across the Houston area. We really don't recover. We're talking about temperatures stuck in the low 50s for daytime highs, and the same can be said as we head into your Monday and Tuesday. A brief warm-up as we get into Wednesday before another cold front brings in another batch of cooler temperatures. So here's a look at the radar as it stands right now as of 6:39 in the evening. More showers developing out here across Colorado and Morton counties. That is going to continue to work their way through the Houston area. No severe weather is anticipate this, more of the same, more on and off again type showers will be moving through our forecast and becoming more abundant as this area of low pressure out across New Mexico begins to work its way through the state of Texas. Couple that with an area of low pressure that's going to develop here along the Texas coast. The two will sort of come together right over our region, and that's going to make for a long rain event as we get into the day tomorrow. We're looking at another 1, 2, 3 inches of rain. Some areas maybe a little more than that before it is all said and done. Now, as far as temperatures go, that is going to be the big story over the course of the next week. Once the rain begins to push out heading into Sunday morning, the cooler temperatures will slide into Texas, and they're going to set up shop. They will not be going anywhere anytime soon. So the temperature is not terribly cold as we get ready to kick off the month of December. 32 in Minneapolis. That is a treat for those folks this time of year. 37 in North Platte. 34 degrees there in Denver. But let's travel up to the north of the border into Canada. And we're talking about temperatures right now 20 below zero up there in Alert. 18 below zero there in Kugluktuk. Say that 3 times fast. 5 up there in Barrow, -1 in Carmax. The bottom line is it is cold north of the border, and we're going to see chunks of this break off and move into the southern United States over the course of the next week. So here's how it all plays out. There's our storm system right now currently over northern New Mexico. This is what's going to trigger the rain as we head into Saturday. But as we get into Sunday, I want you to notice, see this dip right there across Winnipeg? Well, watch what happens. That's going to dive down, taking a large chunk of cooler temperatures with it through Chicago, St. Louis, down into Atlanta. This is where the big portion of the cold weather will be, but we will get clipped by this, and anywhere in the blue represents temperatures that are pretty. But look at that. Another little dip in the jet beginning to form across the Pacific Northwest. That too is going to dive right down into Texas. That is going to keep us nice and cool all the way through the upcoming weekend. So again, those of you who are complaining about it, just remember it was 100 degrees just 3 months ago. So enjoy it while it lasts. You know, winter doesn't last too long around here. So as we head into Friday, again this evening, 10:30, there's your front beginning to push on through. Another batch of heavy rain beginning to develop as early as 4 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. as an area of low pressure begins to develop along the coast. And you can see where the majority of the rain will be along and south of I-10. I think that's where we're going to see the biggest accumulations as we head into your Saturday. But if you're north of I-10, we're going to see some heavy rain there as well. And it is going to last all day. In fact, this takes us into midnight on Sunday as that area of low pressure continues to ride up the coast. So this is not going to be an in and out type event. It is going to rain all day tomorrow from sun up to sundown. Now, there may be a brief period in which you may see an hour where it doesn't really rain a whole lot, but the bottom line is it is going to be pretty consistent, I think, as we head throughout the day on your Saturday. Finally coming to an end, this is 8:30 in the morning on Sunday. That area of low pressure begins to exit stage right, and things begin to clear out. Now, I want you to notice the placement of this area of high pressure sitting right over the top of Houston as we get into 7 o'clock on Tuesday morning. That's an important time right there because 7 o'clock-ish is usually the coldest part of the day, right when the sun rises. Well, with high pressure sitting right over the top of you, that could be our first freeze of the season, especially if you are north of 1960 and west of Highway 6. Once you get away from the core of the city, looking at temperature, most of us dropping down to 32 degrees or less. In fact, we could see some upper 20s out there as well. So chilly conditions are going to set in for quite a while. Now, back to the rain, we're talking about another 1 to 3 inches of rain. Again, along and south of I-10 is where the heaviest of the rain will be. But those of you north of I-10, we could certainly see 1, 2, or 3 inches for you as well. Now, as far as those cold temperatures, as we get into next week, everywhere you see in blue looking like a pretty good likelihood that we are going to see temperatures, at least for 2 to 4 hours, 28 to 32 degrees. This does include areas like Liberty. It does include areas up towards Livingston, Conroe, the Woodlands, maybe Tomball here in northwest Harris County, out there Sealy, Brenham, College Station. And there is a possibility, a possible freeze all the way down to where this pink line is. So we're talking areas, say, downtown Houston, Sugar Land, getting out towards El Campo. So if you live in Kingwood, you live in Spring, you live in Aldine, Tomball, Hockley, Cypress, Jersey Village, these are the areas in northwest Harris County that will, too, see the possibility of seeing a light freeze. So now is the time to start thinking about how you're going to protect your plants as we head into early next week. Again, these are early indication numbers, 28, 31, 32, 30 up in Huntsville as we get into Tuesday morning, 33 here in the Houston area. This is going to be very close. 32 for Katy and Sugar Land, 44 degrees there on Galveston Island. So as we take a look at the next 7 days, 100% chance of showers and thunderstorms heading into the day tomorrow. Again, pretty much an all-day washout. Don't kill me if there's like an hour or two where it doesn't rain, but it will, for the most part, rain all day long for tomorrow. And then we're looking at a 20% chance of a few lingering showers very early in the morning on Sunday. Look at that, temperature stuck in fact, Sunday's temperature may be too warm. We may need to lower that by about 3 or 4 degrees. And then we're at 54 as we head into Monday morning, 58 on Tuesday, 33 to get you started there in the city of Houston on Tuesday morning. We warm it up briefly as another cold front comes through on Wednesday. Temperatures respond Thursday into Friday by dropping back into the 50s. Brings a big old smile to my face. I know it does many of you as well. And it looks like as we head into the middle of December, the cold fronts keep coming. So we'll see how Christmas begins to shape up as we get towards the end of the month. But I'm liking the trends that I'm seeing so far as the chillier temperatures across the country. So once again, if you're just joining us, the showers have begun to move back into the forecast for this evening. We're seeing the radar light up a little bit once again. In fact, let me see if I can jump back to that here in just a second. There are the temperatures. We'll walk through the temperature forecast once again. Come on, Matthews. There we go. Satellite and radar, you can see those showers once again developing. So kind of a wet evening expected here across the region. Take an umbrella with you. For tomorrow, you're going to need an umbrella and a sweater and or a coat. It's going to be in the 50s, it looks like, heading into the afternoon, and we are going to stay on the chilly side as we head into the next 7 days. We'll have another look at this full forecast again coming up tonight at 10 o'clock. In the meantime, I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving and a great Black Friday, and I hope you bought me